Hello Flosstube friends, thank you for joining me for another Stitch With Me video, this time outside. It's a lovely day here in the Indianapolis area. It's pretty toasty, a little humid, but I thought a good day to try stitching outside with you guys and see how you like it. I have a pond right outside our backyard. Got a nice sized backyard, but then a pond where we get all sorts of birds and wildlife. There's a muskrat running around here somewhere. Sometimes we see him. So you may hear birds, you may hear them playing around on the water. Earlier today I saw some bunnies running around the yard, but never know what we're going to see in the backyard here. But just a lovely day outside, so I thought I'd take my stitching out and bring you along. I am working on an animal cracker by Stacy Nash. I have been in the mood for animal crackers lately. I think it's that I finally pulled out Olive the Goose, which was a market release and something I started for Market Mania. And I put a couple days into that and then put it aside. Finally pulled it out, finished the darn thing, and was like, oh yeah, these are so quick and so fun. I should do more of those. So I did, after Olive, finish another animal cracker, which I will show on my next regular Flosstube episode. Finished that in just a few days. And so the next one up was Clovis, this little badger. I am, of course, doing my own conversion. I say, of course, it's just that for the last however many animal crackers I've done now, I have used Roxy Floss from Stash, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So I am making this badger, clothes and all, look very similar to Stacy's original, but instead of a teal blue dress, I have selected a purple thread for her dress. I just want to make sure that I am doing the right thing here and I'm not making any incorrect assumptions. Yes, I'm working on her little paw right here. Got one sleeve in, kind of got that in earlier today so I could move down to the paw. Hoping to finish Clovis here in the next couple of days, depends on how much stitching time I get, but it's been fun. I should, I guess, go through the colors that I have chosen. Go ahead and do that. This is the beautiful color palette that I have come up with. Again, just stitching from Stash. A lot of these are one of a kind, but I have on Pointe is this pretty pink, and this is Fairy Dust. These two I am using for the flowers on Clovis's apron. This will be for the greens on that apron. This is Wisdom. Italian Seasoning is what I'm using for the body of the apron. It's a really light, dusty green. I think this was part of Evertote's Holiday Countdown collection from last year, if I remember correctly. I do have OOAK written on here, so that tells me that it is limited. It is one of a kind. Violet Woods is the color of the dress. And then I selected this Best Dressed. I only need it for a few stitches, and it's just shading along the inside of Clovis's arms. I selected that. This is Pearl. I'm using this for the polka dots on the dress. Chanterelle. This I have selected for the eye color, as well as the band, the waistband around the apron. Croquette. Now this is like the perfect soft pink for inside of ears, noses, lips, things like that. So I have used Croquette in a lot of animal crackers. Green and Barrett and Carbon here. Green and Barrett is the black, Carbon is the dark gray. The black is what I'm using for the pupils and wherever else I might need black. It might just be the pupils and might be the little booties. And then Carbon here is the darkest part of her fur. And then the light part of the fur, which should be like a linen color, a light off-white color, I've actually selected this Mother of Pearl. It has a sort of pink tinge to it, and this was actually the first thing I stitched on this fabric, and it looked so pink And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Why did I pick this? But I decided to just go ahead and put in some of the carbon. And once I got the carbon mixed with the mother of pearl, I thought it looked great. And so I don't mind that she has kind of a pinkish tinge. I think it works with the rest of the colors that I have selected. So sometimes I come up with color palettes with great confidence, and then in stitching them go, no, this is not going to work, and have to make some changes. But sometimes it does work out. Sometimes I feel like I get it right the first time. And this has been fun. I like how everything looks together. I think it's going to look even better when I finally get those flowers in, start to put those in on the apron. I did stitch the waistband here in the darker of the pinks that I selected, thinking that it would make sense to have the waistband in the pink to tie in to the flowers. But I got that pink in, and I was like, wow, it's really pink. It's really jumping off. And then I consulted, I looked at the chart here, what Stacy has, and I was like, you know what? I really do just like the brown band across. And she's using the same brown for the waistband as she is for the eye color. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to rip it out. Stacy knows best. So I decided to just go ahead with the brown there. But you can see here that Clovis is supposed to be in a teal dress, and I went with purple. I'm not really a purple person, but I'm trying to have a variety of colors throughout these animal crackers. I don't just want to keep using the same colors over and over. I have my favorites, and honestly, I would just put green and pink in everything. But I want to try to keep it fresh, and have different palettes for each animal cracker. Sometimes I go with, use Stacy's original as inspiration, and sometimes I go totally off. After I finish Clovis here, I'm not sure what my next animal cracker will be. Stacy has, I know, come out with some new ones for the last couple retreats that she attended, and I'm hoping to get my hands on a couple of those. And she came out with a puffin for the big stitch, and then at the cowslip retreat, which my friend Julie went to, I know there was a chipmunk on display whose name was Juniper, and what else? She had a bunch of stuff on display. Julie said that was a really great retreat, so I can't wait to hear her recap. If she can do a video recap of that, that would be great. So thinking about my next animal cracker, I'm kind of thinking I might stitch Lily the frog again. I stitched Lily once, you guys know this. I stitched Lily once and then gave it away to a friend, and she loves it. Lily has a very good home, but I was watching a recap video, a big stitch recap video. I cannot remember who it was, I'm sorry. But she had Stacy on video kind of showing the different things, different animal crackers that Stacy had on display. And Stacy had picked up Maggie May, the cute little bunny in the cardigan sweater, and said that that was her favorite. And then Stacy picked up Lily the frog and said, well, this is, Maggie May's my favorite, but Lily the frog is the fan favorite. And I was like, oh yeah, Lily. And Lily was so fun and so quick to stitch. I might just stitch another one of those. It's fun to have fast finishes. I have so many large samplers going, large pieces going, that to be able to finish something like this in less than a week is really nice. But I was thinking about Lily earlier today and wondering what color I might want to make her dress, because when I stitched it the first time, I did make her dress pink, just as Stacy had it. Just as Stacy had stitched it, just with Roxy instead of the called for, which were probably weeks. But I'm thinking I might want to change it up. I do like green and pink. I think green and pink look good together. Green and purple really look good together, but of course I've got this purple going on, so I'm probably going to be purpled out for a while. but I was thinking, what if I stitched Lily the frog in hide and seek again, which I think is the best frog color. Hide and seek is this swampy olive green, and it is the perfect frog color. So I thought, what if I stitch Lily in hide and seek, and then maybe choose another green for the dress, but like a dark green or a sort of teal green. I don't know. I think that might work, like a forest green, hunter green. I don't know. We'll see what I come up with. You know, I say these things now, and I might change my mind in the next 12 hours. Who knows? Okay. And I don't have scissors. Did I not bring scissors down here? I was like, I won't need scissors. I need scissors. I'm going to have to go get those. I'll be right back. All right, I have got my trusty scissors here. You can leave tails on the back and continue working, except when those tails are really, really long. It doesn't work so much. Yeah. These are my favorite types of scissors. These are Golden Forge scissors. You can purchase these at Hoop and Frame. If you have questions about any of the tools I use, any of the materials I use, I will put information in the drop-down box below, but also you can check my all about needlework tools video. I will link that below as well, so you guys can check that out. Information on all my favorite stuff is in that video. All right, where to go next? I've got her little paw in. I think I will just continue down into her dress, and I'll deal with the apron a little later today or maybe tomorrow. So let's see if I can get some more of her dress in. Have you guys stitched the badger yet? Are you an animal cracker lover? I know that some people go bonkers for animal crackers and like have stitched all of them. I haven't stitched all of them. There are some animal cracker designs that I'm not wild about, so I'll probably never get to them, but there are enough to get me excited about the series. So anytime there's a possibility of a new one coming out, I do get excited. Oh, if I can get this needle threaded. Let's see, can we do it? There we go. I don't know if the little bit of a breeze is adding a challenge or what. But, okay, so we are there. I'm gonna start over here. So I have a tendency to just leave a tail on top and then secure it as I go. That works for me. It's a pretty easy system. You can start with a waist knot. You can start with a pin stitch. I don't actually use the pin stitch to start when I'm using cotton threads. I find that they are not, they're not particularly tightly twisted. And so I just don't have the confidence to use a pin stitch with them. But I do use the pin stitch when I'm using SWA 100.3s, which are tightly twisted. And you can really pierce that thread and know that it matters. It's not going anywhere. Okay, I need to check this because I know it's the third one. Yep, okay, so I gotta skip. Gotta leave room for a polka dot. Let's see. If I mess up the placement of a polka dot, it doesn't really matter that much, but it is important to get the boundaries of the dress correct. For something like this, sometimes I might put the polka dots in first, just carry that thread all around, and then put the rest of it in, like do the fill in. But sometimes, like I am now, I might do the background color first and then fill in the polka dots. There's no right or wrong way, but you might find that one way is easier than the other, depending on what you're working on. I mean, either way you have to count, but what's your preferred method? I'm gonna figure that out. Or you could just leave out the polka dots on this dress altogether. No one says you absolutely have to do it as charted. As we know, there are no cross-stitch police. You can give her a purple dress instead of a blue dress. It's okay. Need to make sure. I want to know that I'm putting things in the right place. So I am referencing the chart here. It looks like 4. 1, 2. All right. So what are you guys working on as you stitch with me? I'm curious to know. Sometimes it happens that there's somebody out there who's stitching on the exact same project as I, but usually it's different. I know many of you are sampler stitchers, as am I, and that's why you come back for more, continue to watch my videos. I really appreciate all you guys. I know there are so many floss tubers out there, so many choices, so I really appreciate that you guys watch and seem to enjoy my videos. Hopefully, I will have a finished badger to show you guys on my next Flosstube episode. I think I'll have a few crackers to show, as well as some other things. I'm trying to pull out, or I'm making a point to pull out each of my whips, especially the older ones, and give them some time so that they actually get progress this year, because some of them are quite old, and I think if I haven't finished it by this point, am I ever going to finish it? Do I still love it? You know, I've talked about this before. Kind of got to remind yourself of what you have and see if you're still in love with it, see if you still want to work on it. Problem is, I just have so many charts in my stash that I do love and want to get to. Several things kitted up and ready to go. Yeah. So sometimes it happens that instead, you know, when I feel like I want to start something, instead of starting another big sampler, I'll think, well, what can I start and finish really quickly so that it doesn't actually add to my whip list, but allows me that fun feeling of a new start and fun feeling of a finish. It's great. I sent a batch of things off to Faye Rigsby just a few days ago. She's got them. Hopefully she'll get to those within the next few weeks or so. I'm excited to see what she does with them. I have questions all the time about my finisher, Faye Rigsby, and you know, is she taking new clients? Does she take, or how long is her processing time? I can't answer these questions for her. I will say that before I send her anything, I always send her an email and ask, is it okay to send you things? Because just because she has done things for me in the past, I don't want to assume she's still available and taking orders. So that's one thing I do. And then I don't make any demands on her time. I'll send her things and say, no rush. Like every time I will tell her, no rush on these. And that way it's up to her. If she wants to rush, if she just wants to get them out of her house and get them done, or if she needs a couple months, you know, it's up to her. So if you are interested in using Faye Rigsby or Greta Waldrip, she's another finisher that I had mentioned. Greta has finished all of my animal crackers for me and has done an excellent job. If you are interested in either of those two ladies' services, I would recommend reaching out to them. I cannot answer for them if they are available and taking orders. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, counting polka dots now. I need to go out here and put in 2 little stitches and then skip for another polka dot. I do think this is really cute. Have I said that a million times? This is so cute. I love the animal cracker that Stacy came up with for the cow slip retreat, the peahen. Oh, so cute. So cute. I'm curious to, I mean, I know if we just had market, right, in March, and it's only July now, but I'm like, what is she going to release for next market? I don't know. Bet it's going to be good, though. Have you guys started any of your market purchases? I started and finished one. An animal cracker. Olive, the goose. I did buy some beautiful charts, though. Ugh. I should go through. I should just spend some time, sit down with all my stash and kind of look through it again. I do this every once in a while. What do I have? Oh yeah, forgot I owned that. You know how it goes. Too many good options. That's the thing. I have accumulated so many charts because there are just too many beautiful options. All right. And this one is a solid line. No polka dots in this row. This is awfully cute. So I will have, let's see, I'll have the goat finished. Finished that a while ago. What, a couple months ago or something? Finished all of the goose. And I finished another one. You'll have to watch my regular Flosstube episode. Ooh, next week, maybe sometime. Maybe the week after that. To see that finished. And then I'll have little Clovis here. Maybe I'll have another one to send to Greta. Hoping I can see Greta. Now, Greta, I talk about Greta as if you know who I'm talking about. Greta Waldrip owns Stitchwork Design Co. in the Birmingham, Alabama area. And I met her at her store last fall. And it looks like I might actually be able to go with Ryan again this fall back to Alabama. So I should be able to see Greta again. I saw her at Sampler Symposium as well. Anyway, she's finished my animal crackers for me and done an excellent job. Perfection. But she has a really nice little shop too. Lots of different designers represented and a good selection of linen and Aida. For the life of me, I can't actually remember if she sells flosses. She must. She must sell flosses as well, but I don't remember that. But anyway, my husband is, he's a motorsports broadcaster, and Barber Motorsports Park it's a really impressive track, really neat track, but the most impressive thing is the collection, the on-site museum that they have that holds tons and tons of motorcycles, cars, mopeds, motorbikes, all sorts of, if it's got a motor, they have it represented there. So that's really neat. And I am just continuing along as if, oh, that did work out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. All right. See, I was just going to jabber away. So Ryan has to go down to Barber once a year, chasing race cars. And last year I went with them and got to go into Greta's shop. And I think I'll go with him again this year. I don't travel with him a ton anymore. There was a time there that I went to many things throughout the year with him, but kind of slowed down in past years, but also kind of doing a lot for cross-stitch retreats. So can't be on the road all the time. I can't manage that. So I go with him to select races now. I'm hoping he gets to work Le Mans again next year, and then I can go with him to that. Any excuse to go to France. Right, Julie? But looking forward to at least the little trips I have planned. I'm going to Hobby House in September for a retreat there. If you are going, you can come over and say hi. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to Stitch North in October. Home of Roxy Floss. I'm excited about that one. I'm excited to meet my favorite Canadians. Hang out with Julie. This is Jules Darling. She has a YouTube channel, Flosstube channel, and then she's also on Instagram. I will link her YouTube so you guys can find her. Should be good. And then Ryan and I have a trip planned with his parents in November. And I don't think we're going anywhere in December. I don't know. We might sometime in the fall at some point go see our friends in Orlando, though. I was telling Ryan, no more trips to Orlando that we don't need to take. Because you know what happens when we go to Orlando. But our friends down there, they keep sending us, well, it's the dad. It's my friend Chris. He keeps sending me photos of his daughter. She's so stinking cute. And he's like, she keeps asking when Miss Audrey's going to come visit. And I'm like, oh, I just want to squeeze her. I don't want any more small children, but I love the few that I know. I'm happy that my kids are growing up and they're, becoming more independent and certainly have their own personalities and interests and stuff like that. But you know how if you have like special friends in your life and then they have a kid, then automatically that kid is like your kid, if that makes sense. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we've got solid stitching there, but I'm kind of running out of usable floss, so I think actually I'm going to end this here. I think this seems like a good spot to end it before, let's quit while we're ahead, right? Before I make any massive counting errors. But this has been a fun one. If you are interested in stitching Clovis along with me, you can get this chart. It is widely available. It's not an exclusive. So you can order this, purchase it from your local needlework shop, kit it up, have fun. I'm stitching it on a 40 count, if I didn't say this already, 40 count mystery linen. This is Tabby Cat, just like some kind of yellow fabric. It doesn't have a name. I think it was either just something Michelle was having fun with or it was a mistake, whatever. But nice yellow color. I thought this palette would work on it. So if you have any questions, again, please check the drop down box below. But you are welcome to leave comments and questions here. You can find me on Instagram at StitchStitchBead. Thank you so much for joining me and happy stitching.